Rave it, baby.
We're glad to have you guys here, man. We've been thinking about you city. Had you on our minds. So we just thought we'd stop in and talk a little bit.
What an intro.
Yeah. Just want to see what y'all been up to.
What have you been up to, DJ?
Everything, dude. It's so crazy. My life's it's extremely chaotic, but like nowhere in the sense that it like used to be. It's like a totally different form of chaos. It's like totally. So like yesterday, so like every morning now.
I feel like now it's cute chaos, right?
Can be.
Cute chaos.
I guess it all depends on what you call what your
definition of cute is.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, that's just about it.
Like what? You were about to get into it. What?
What was it? Where I leave off?
You didn't say anything. That's what I was like.
Well, it's good. What are you doing? I'm going on something.
I think you were about to give an example of what the chaos was.
What chaos though? Where were we at? Where was?
What kind of chaos your life is now versus the kind of chaos it used to be?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Like yesterday. So, this is what I was saying. It was like all these wild ducks will come into the yard now and like eat the duck food and stuff. I'm talking about just fucking ducks, dude. They found out we got duck food down here and they love it, and then they'll go walk down to the creek. And so yesterday, like sometimes some of them, like if they stand their ground, they can chill, but like if they don't stand their ground, they're gonna get chased off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they came down here and our ducks chased them off, but then they just kept on running, right? They just kept on going, and like the guy gone fast, and I'm pretty good at being able to like wrangle the ducks within a space. Like I got it, but I couldn't yesterday. They just disappeared. They disappeared up on the ridge. So it was up on the ridge, all through the woods, going through everything, trying to find the ducks. You know what I'm saying? It's like way up there. I get back. Bobby's here. I was like, "Fuck, buddy, what's the fuck's up?" You know what I mean? We had a great visit. And then later on that night, like the ducks just showed back up. It was a really super rad day, but it was a day that just one thing happened after another. It was rad. It was rad.
But just like a fully compact day. So it was chaos in that there was something always happening all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's just something like, it's like something surprising and something that was just like, it was just chaos. Not chaos. I mean, I guess it's not really chaos. It's just,
action. There's a lot of action. Back to back. Action packed.
Yeah.
So has there been any more fights?
Today I heard the hen down there, and she was yelling, and I ran down there to the creek, and like there was a hawk on the end of the creek, scoping them out, so I chased him off. But like actual fights, no. Like I said, they'll chase the wild ducks off, the wild ones. They'll chase them off, but like if they stand their ground, they won't fuck with them. It's so weird. And the females usually are the ones that stand the ground. It's really weird. They've got a yellow bill. You can tell which one's a female because they have a yellow bill. And so they'll stand their ground usually, and like usually they're the ones that get the food and get to hang out, get the chickens out there. But like, dude, there's so many fucking birds in the backyard. It's like fucking crazy. So there's fucking birds, butterflies, it's nuts. It's nuts back there. It's fucking crazy. In the front too, it's just there's so much life. unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. It blows your mind. I've been thinking about, and Bobby was, because like sitting down with Bobby, it's like always just like such a cool thing. It's like your conversation could just go so many different directions. It's like I say I'm a war nerd, but like she really is like knows so much about it. So we like got deep into that.
And also with insider intel, like seeing the other side of it, all the logistical nightmare that it is. Yeah. Talk about infiltrating from the inside. Talk about a hero that you'll whose name won't often get screamed off a mountaintop doing like real work. What?
Yeah, for sure. They lost a real one for sure, dude. But yeah, got all into that, and then we got into like mutual aid and stuff, and like just like it's really got me thinking about, because I've been thinking about my like my manifesto on like the principles and practices of like
DJ, are you about to do something? That's usually when you write a manifesto.
No, not like that. Dude, what?
Oh,
Come on.
well, I don't know. What?
I ain't about to do shit but watch these butterflies and ducks play the cream with this west. The fuck you talking in slurs? It's a fuck my ass gonna do. Watch these butterflies all day with stuff.
It actually does, I think, make it funnier you writing a manifesto to butterflies.
I've thought about it, because like I'm writing it out, like it's just like the principles and practices of radical psychedelia, and I've been thinking about how to incorporate like not just like gardening and stuff, but also like animal care and stuff like that. It's like a real anarchist guide to like living. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like, hey, this is what's real and this is the truth, but it's just like a really easy to read, really easy to digest, like just outline of like, you know,
Well, like the anarchist cookbook, but without all the crime part of it, more of like how to do it as an adult.
just how to exist as an adult without like, yeah. I mean, like some of the principles are like, and they all kind of go together. Like, you know, there's no reward for being right. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're right. Okay. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? If you're so right about everything, dude, then you should be working toward like a solution. And like whatever's going on now, instead of spending your time arguing with people and fucking trying to be right, why don't you catch it on the back half for like a solution? Like put that energy into finding a solution on like when whatever you're right about becomes right. You know what I mean? But like everybody, it's just such a weird thing that like so much energy goes into this. And if you have a certain ideology and you have a certain, and you are more of you have a more a radical element to you, then you should be using that to find solutions instead of, because let's be honest, right? Like at this point in time, you're dealing with a population who's highly fucking traumatized, highly fucking vulnerable, highly wounded, highly desperate, right? So like going around and like, I'm not saying that anybody's a fed or anything like that, but like creating more division, like isn't that like spiritually, like you're spiritually a fed? You know what I'm saying? Like that, like creating more division, and it's like you're like that is of this fed spirit to, you know what I mean? And if you're not coming up for a solution, you really are at this point.
I think it's harder to have a solution because the problem is so, not only did it happen to us rapidly or like accelerated faster, but also it's usually on a level I don't even think people are realizing how big the thing is. You know, it's very much Titanic in that, and like, oh, okay, I was just thinking about this yesterday, where it's like, we used to like try to find a solution for this problem right here, but this problem is only a symptom of these much larger problems. So to fix the whole thing, I think that's why so many people go to burn it all down and start over, because the solutions, I think, are nuanced and complicated and deal with several different things all at the same time. I think it's difficult unless you're an analyst or in it or something like that to be able to see all of that, right? I feel like it's more, not only that, but when you're traumatized, you're not thinking clearly. And not only that, but I think people are also like low key quietly grieving the way things were, and even just were like pre-COVID. From now, that our entire way of life is completely different. It's like slamming your car into park when you're going 70. I feel like that's gonna fuck up your car in a way that is gonna take a minute too. And I think that they're using that period as a time to get as much shit as they want done as quickly as possible. So there's the least amount of resistance. And because I think people don't know what the fuck to do. And that's why the easiest or the simplest is like burn it down, let's start all over. Or
well,
nuke it.
Kind of proving my point. And like I think you're also like this is what radical psychedelia is all about. Is like you're changing your mindset to be like more open. And I think, yeah, like a lot of people are like that. But then again, a lot of people aren't. Like, dude, like I don't feel like it. Like I know people who are out there, like actually a lot of people, like there are a lot of institutions and people who are doing shit. They're out there doing shit and you're not hearing from them because they're fucking doing shit. They're not fucking obsessing about what the fuck truth posts or what the fuck is going on or what the common, you know what I'm saying? Like what's out in the ether today to be mad about. They're creating solutions like the Uruhu 5, man. The Uruhu 5. Those Afrikaani that's just one person, people, but anyways, and they just
what I don't know what they did. Could you tell me?
Check them out. Don't listen to me. Fucking look them up. Everybody look them up. Don't listen to me. Look them up and see what they're doing. They're out of St. Louis, dude. It's fucking rad. Don't listen to me. Look it up, dude. Ooh, fine, dude. They had a big court case. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Do that for yourself. Look up these and then follow the chain of like other organizations and places around that are doing things, man. And I'm telling you, dude, it's out there and people are doing it. And I think that like, that's the point that everybody's going to come to. And that's the principle behind like radical psychedelia, is that you can like get to that point where you change your mind enough. It has nothing to do with drugs. There's nothing to do with drugs. It's about a mind shift and seeing the world in a different way that you can impact greatly. Like you don't have to like depend on like whatever, dude. You can do it, and your impact is greater than really honestly what you can find in yourself right now. You have a greater impact, especially in your immediate surroundings. Like you have such a bigger impact than you realize.
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic think globally, act locally. And that's the whole thing. Is I think it also just seems overwhelming, maybe, especially because we're being inundated with so much shit that I think that it's like it feels pointless. It's like dropping a bucket shit, you know. But at the end of the day, if you're putting out all the local fires, if it's all on fire and you start putting out fires, then there will be a small space with no fire. And then you can spread it and keep spreading it. And that's when it becomes like a cancer, in that it's way more difficult to stop.
Exactly. And I think a big part of that is realizing, like right now, like I know fully that like this is like the way that I am choosing, and like your way might be different. Like I'm not 100% right in your world. You know what I mean? Like that's not how that works. But for the most part, it's like me and Bobby were talking about yesterday about how like nonprofits and NGOs, like all these things have been so failed, and like how mutual aid has really just turned into this like really, it's just charity is really what it is now. It's like, hey, this needs back. You give us money. You're just saying you did. You're not building foundational structures. You're not building what the idea, what it was. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. You're not building like the foundational structures. Like, yes, in this esoteric way, if I help you, I help me, right? But you're not building anything that's like that's institutional, that has that. And I don't mean institutional in the way of like, you're not building a structure that is like self-perpetuating for mutual labor. You're just basically putting your finger in a boat, in a boat full of holes, and you're just, okay, well, this is the biggest hole, and you kind of put a Band-Aid on it. Like, you have to start thinking, differently about the way that we are approaching all these things. And you can do it in a very, very small way. You can give people beans,
and you give people what?
Beans, magic beans.
Magic beans.
Go fight the giants in the sky. So that you get. We're going, listen, man, I'm just rambling right now. I can't, when I get talking to Bobby, it's like all this stuff comes back up, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Like, cause she knows what's up. And then like, it's like, I don't know. Again, yeah, you're dealing with like, so what it helps for you, what works for you might not work for somebody else. But I would say for the most part, like, being argumentative and divisive, especially, dude, if you consider like the electoral left, okay, that's the one thing. But like, if you consider yourself like a real leftist, like, dude, again, just getting on and yelling at people, like, that's such bad shit, dude. It's like.
But where are you talking about this? I feel like most spaces, it's not even remotely like it's especially not on the internet. It's mostly bots at this point. So it's just like people are literally arguing with machines. So it doesn't even make any sense. So like, what are you talking about? Like in Congress? Are you talking about on a local level? Like, give me some context. Where is this arguing?
Do you know anything about like the Wisconsin race or anything like that? I just mean like in leftist circles, which I travel, there's like this crazy like leftist infighting, and it's like so weird. It's so weird to see, which I agree with a lot of the stuff, but like, I don't see any point in like yelling about it. It's like not one of those things where it's like, so do you know anything about
the big issue? What's the big rift? Is it just you're not doing leftist right?
Well, okay, this is just for instance. It was this lady named Hong and this dude named David Crowley. So this lady was like supposed to, she's a DSA lady, socialist lady, was supposed to have won, right? I mean, Polymark. I never heard she was up percentage, and she barely lost. She just barely lost to a dude who had already dropped out of the race. Right, and then he came back in. Well, the reason why she lost is like everybody was like, well, she's no way, she's non-electable. She's not electable. You know what I'm saying? She don't got the juice, because she made a post way back in the day that Thanksgiving should be, she's got some what we would call radical ideas. So she's like, Thanksgiving is a fucking crazy ass holiday. We should like fucking stop doing it. And true enough, she could probably have stated her case a lot better, but like during that time, fucking whatever. I'm not saying woke woman's crazy. As a matter of fact, I'm saying the opposite of woke woman's crazy. I meant everything I fucking said in woke one. I might not have word about the right way, but I meant every goddamn word of it. By the way, and that's another fucking thing. Talking about, oh shit, that makes me. But okay, it gets me riled up. But you know what? That's fine. It's all good. But you're talking about, so she said something about Thanksgiving, and so she's too radical. She's not electable, right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, this other dude, David Crowley, who was running against her in the primaries, this motherfucker with a pocket full of like data center money, he was out of the race. Then he got back in the race by saying that his wife prayed to God that if she saw a red bird, that they would enter back into the race or some shit. Like that shit ain't crazy. Like, so so it's like, I understand the notion. So, and this is me saying that that's not worth really arguing about, even though I understand completely what people are saying. They're saying, saying that Thanksgiving we should probably like tell the truth about Thanksgiving and maybe just be like, hey man, here's a holiday where we just meet our family and eat turkey and they ain't gotta have nothing. Hey, sorry, Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, or something. Redo that shit somehow. But like, she's not wrong about it. It's kind of fucked up just to be like, hey, we fucking.
Hey, we're still celebrating this tradition. Well, especially because now we know the truth.
That's right. You know? That's right. So that's
now we know
to me that she said that at all. It is crazy as fuck to me that a motherfucker saw a red bird and thought that God was talking to him about running, especially when he's obviously taking massive amounts of money from the data centers and apparently didn't even jump back in until after she started talking about moratoriums on fucking data centers in Wisconsin. That's a big thing on the left right now. That's a huge fucking argument, right? And I definitely side with the side that says, hey man, you know, fucking Thanksgiving's kind of crazy. Fucking maybe.
What leftists are on the side of Crowley? Like, that's the part I don't get.
Well, an electoral left is what it is. It's an electoral.
Oh, so this is liberal versus leftist ideology.
No, it's not. It goes way deeper than that. But it's like, it's just it goes way deeper than that, and it's way more convoluted than how I just laid it out. And like, there's more to it than that. But that is just an example.
Right.
That are going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, El Sayed, you know, mentioned him last week, you know, with him being a capitalist and him being, you know, an interventionist and stuff like that. You know, it has nothing to do. It's like, it has nothing to do with, I think at this point, like anything to do with that. Like these conversations that we're having, again, they're spiritually fed, dude. We're like cutting hairs, right? Like,
yeah, this seems like a lot of really like semantic-y shit. Like,
not semantic-y at all. No, it's not semantic-y. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, as far as like, why wouldn't you have that person's support? Where obviously the feat of us abolishing Thanksgiving is such a large one that just having an idea of it, the amount of work to get successful would be insurmountable. So to discredit someone, again, just talking about this example and the mentality around it, is like, then you would rather support someone who doesn't have your interest in mind at all, really, who isn't really a leftist in procedure, in thought mentality, just because somebody has a radical idea that would be incredibly difficult and an insurmountable feat to complete. Like, to me, that's the shit. Is like, sure, you could tell me that. I know how much work it would to go into that. You're, as a person, especially in specifically Minneapolis, you're gonna have a bunch of fucking work to do as it is. Like, Thanksgiving's not even gonna be, it's not even gonna make the list at the end of the day once you get in office.
Yeah, all the turkey is gonna make you sick as hell. All the food gonna make you sick as hell anyway. So it's gonna have polish it. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to afford it, and it's gonna give you diarrhea. So like, anyway, so like, what are you worried about Thanksgiving? But no. Yeah, man, I didn't even mean to get into all that. But listen, I just talk about my ducks, dog. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to sit it up there. You even know how to sit it up there.
But I'm just saying, I don't think that that's wrong. I don't think that that's wrong. I don't think that that's unelectable either. I think that it is a conversation that should be brought to, like, we should have a conversation about it. If you fuck with Native Americans, I do. So what is it? Instead of maybe you spend a tenth of what you would spend on the fucking biggest turkey imaginable, and everybody like contributes it to something, so people who actually need it, i.e., I don't know, the people we stole the motherfucking land from, I don't know, maybe. Like, you see what I'm saying? And there could be that we could reinvent Thanksgiving into being what it should have been, and not a revisionist history. We could make it now, because we collectively, as the people who all live here on land that is not ours, if we contributed to them, so I try to buy shit from them, give them. At the end of the day, we are in a capitalist society. That's the best thing I could literally do for people who are not allowed to make money. So is to give money.
Man, I tell you what, it blow your mind, dog. Is like
What?
fucking Cherokee, one of the, it's probably the richest reservation out here, and super Republican.
That's the part that's confusing to me. To be honest with you, that's the part that's super. When I was in New Mexico, it was all that natives for Trump, all that stuff. It was very confusing.
Yeah,
but
I saw it too, dude. Yeah, they're all super Republican. So it's like, listen, at this point, again, it's just like, man, you ain't, dude. You might be right, you might be wrong.
I think that I honestly blame it would be the liberal shit, which is we outwardly say we care about these things, and then all the policy and shit like that undercuts it and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do that to me multiple times. I think you're a snake oil salesman. I don't fuck with you. And so then who do I have left?
Well,
third party for me. I mean, it's always third party because they're usually the only ones who are making any fucking sense. But at the same time, it's just like I understand it. I don't agree, but I understand why it has happened. I mean, same thing with Latin people. Like, I'm constantly putting out fires like that on a one-on-one basis. Where, like, why would you want to fuck yourself worse? I feel like than this. But I think we've also lesser of two evils ourselves, quote unquote, ourselves into this position. Where at the end of the day, neither one of, they're both evil, neither one of them. So what are we talking about here? The only thing is, and the only defense I have for the DSA is the small little places that they're working on their fires, they're actually getting the fire snuffed more than anyone else. So that's the only reason I fuck with it. Truly, because I've always been the George Carlin on this. I'm the outside. I've never wanted to be in any of this or participate in this society. I clocked it as trash years ago, but now we're kind of forced. We're forced to. And by design. So with that said, it's the closest thing. As far as theater goes, if it's theater, it's the closest thing that I've seen that's close, that even comes remotely close to humanity, to people giving a fuck about anybody else other than themselves.
Yeah.
So how are you not leftist if you give a fuck? How are you not?
I mean, it just all depends on like where you're coming from and like what your education level and what your knowledge is. I mean, I don't even believe in the left. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I know there's an electoral left, but like I don't even know what any of these words mean anymore. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's not like getting into it, arguing about it. All this doesn't matter if there's no action behind it. And like, right. Even your actions and how you present an argument, if you're not coming up with an alternative solution for the argument, where are we even having the argument? You know what I'm saying? Where are we even having this debate? Like, go clock one in and then go back home and do whatever you feel like you got to do for your community, inside your community, to like help. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is just, putting a positive spin on the way that anything, man, just being a good, just like do, because I really feel like at the end of the day, the shelf life on this thing, like done run off. So like, if we really are looking for like a big old like economic crumbling of the system, then like, all this ain't for nothing anyways. And that's why I mean, like, it is, and that's why I mean to like speak to a person who is more on the radical side, it's like feeling that way. It's like, dude, it's like, so what's the point? What's the point being right? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? And proving your point, or like, what's the point in any of this right now? If in fact, like all of these things are mute and it's all changing, and it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you see the problem, then we should be building a solution there. And maybe your solution is just watching the butterflies and playing with your ducks, man, and just trying to be you know what I mean? And just trying to be a cool motherfucker you can fucking possibly be to everybody, dude. That's a good solution in my book. That's a leave the motherfuckers alone and just being cool is a fucking pretty good goddamn solution to me, dude. That sounds like something that I can give somebody run on that shit. Somebody like get us
ducks and butterflies.
Ducks and butterflies. Chill the fuck out. Y'all chill the fuck out.
But that doesn't sell. Chill the fuck out doesn't sell.
I ain't trying to sell nothing,
If you're running on something, you're selling something.
What are you running on? I guess I would say I wouldn't be buying that. I would just be like, I support this message. Like, I support it. You know what I mean? Like, I can stand by.
That's your political ad. It's just ducks walking across, butterflies everywhere, and that's his like, DJ Lewis approves this message.
Nah, what you do is you stand out in the creek, you throw mealworms, right? And then the baby fish come eat the mealworms, and then the ducks eat the fish, right? And the camera pans up, and I go, fuck them fish. And then that's it.
Wait, why fuck the fish? They're an integral part.
Yeah, I know, but like still I'm coming out with a commercial that like speaks to everybody. I also fed the fish.
But I fed him and said fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that sums up the mutual aid.
Get him in the fuck then.
Because that's everybody we've had on about. It's just like, I don't agree with them, but they still need to have lights. Their lights on.
Yeah.
I think but I think that's why people should be helping in those spaces, so you could because that's where that triage mentality comes from. If you're on a battlefield with somebody in your squadron who you think's a pieces of shit, if they still get hit by an IED or whatever, you still have to come to their aid.
Yeah, sure. Or you just be like, man, we need some diplomacy. Why are we even fighting out here? What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And people are like, people like, yeah, they're super traumatized, they're super wounded, and this is everybody, man. This goes to everybody. The GOP, all these people, super traumatized, scared to death. Like it's been racked in people's brains, like that America's rule from their unipolar moment is going to be the end of the world. This is catastrophe and like all this other shit. When like it's not, it's like it's crazy. But that's
not till the nukes, right?
Well, I mean, we don't know about the nukes. Again, a nuclear exchange changes everything, but like it doesn't necessarily end the world. We don't know what it's like because we've never used it. I would say probably before the midterms, if not directly after the midterms, we will see like small yield nukes being used. We're going to find out. But that's another story altogether. The thing is that it changes everything. Just like the war in Iran has changed everything. The war in Ukraine has changed everything. Everything has changed. This COVID changed everything. For the last 10 years, everything has been a fucking psyop. Everything has been fucking slowly like collapsing in on itself. It's a little longer than that, but like, you know what I'm saying, especially the last 10 years, 2006. But the moral of the story, I guess, is that I'm getting it. It's like, again, there is no truth. You're only gonna, even if you are right, you're only gonna be right for a minute, and then it's gonna change. Like, but there are basically, we know that climate change is coming. We got huge fucking El Nino shit coming, right? At that point in time, this winter, and then in 2027, like, it's gonna be fucking brutal for. It's been brutal for some people right now. Motherfucking Europe's on fire, dude. Those motherfuckers are dying of like heat stroke and shit. Like, it's bad. It's gonna get worse. We know it's real, right? So like, you cannot look, even if they had the best intentions in their fucking world, looking at like some sort of electoral person, they can only work within the means of the system that's already there, which is a very fallible system, and very, very point that you were a revolutionary or a radical or whatever that is, like the very point that you enter the system, you compromise every single bit of that type of radical or whatever it is, radicalism or
right, because you're agreeing to follow these set of rules, and you quite literally need to break those rules in order to make any kind of actual change.
That's exactly right. And that's not to say that you shouldn't vote. Of course, man, punch one in. Millions of people are about to be off their fucking Medicaid because of this big, beautiful bullshit that they passed. You know what I'm saying? Millions of people are about to fucking go through it. So you just have like all these things on top of each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, regardless, you know, you're right, you're wrong, you're fucking whatever the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? You're a human being who is going to have to continue to live amongst human beings, and like, you know, you have to be able to like try to do the best that you can, live the best you can. You don't have to follow the fucking, like, what are even the fucking rules? Like, where are you putting your concern of like, yeah, clock weren't in for a motherfucker, but that's not where it ends at all. You shouldn't even fucking like. And it's the same way with people who say they're not going to vote too. I understand you are making a statement at points for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not really, not till you tell anybody. I mean, you vote by you're alone in that box. Right, crossing the.
Let me ask what you're saying. Do you think the DSA would have had the opportunity that they have now if Kamala was in office? Or do you think the rejection of the party of Democrat, the rejection of the Democratic Party was an eye opener, even if they don't admit it, was an eye opener to the public?
The DSA or to the left in general?
I'm just saying
the whole outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. I can't. Obviously, we could speculate. Sure. Do I think Mom Downey would still be the mayor of New York? Yes, I do. I do still think that, regardless of whether Kamala would have won or not. I feel like because that's why I'm saying I think on a nationwide scale, I think it's easier for people to digest the DSA in smaller pockets. Especially people who don't know about it. Like, I did a show the other day, and dude, we could not have been more different. There were so many pristine trucks that have never seen work in their entire lives. A lot of polo, a lot of dudes who probably own things that make other people work constantly. And it felt like I was doing, because I was doing stand-up. There were punchlines in there, but there were people watching me as if they had never heard these, like if they never knew we were eating plastic, if they just heard it for the first time. Like, it was people where the things I'm saying, they're like, is she fucking with us, or is this real? And to be like, you know, these are real things. And like, at the end of the day, I feel like you're probably ignorant to it, or you just uneducated about it. And so like there was nobody who was mean or was a dick. They were just people. There was a lot, not every, because it still went well, but there was still enough people there where I was like, oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You have been living in an existence, and like, so that's why I'd rather go to a place like that, they encounter it, than talk about that on a big stage in New York. Everybody there knows. They all know. But in middle of nowhere, Virginia, I don't know that they know.
You know, in a lot of places, like, they know, but they don't care. It's just like, yeah, that's what's happening.
That's,
yeah, you know, gotta get these immigrants out. Gotta fucking, gotta get these criminals out. And that's as far as they, of course, it is whatever it is. But like,
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't saying that. I think whether or not Kamala or anything, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's an argument.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like position wise, strategy wise, we're like, oh shit. Whereas it's like, I think they didn't realize people were wise to their bullshit until that.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe they thought so with Hillary. I think they thought so with Hillary. And then they were like, well, it's specifically Hillary's fault. It's because it's Hillary. Right. And then after this one, they're like, it's because it's a woman. It's because it's a woman. It's just like, no, have you ever thought that maybe it's what you're doing, what you have been doing, what you have a reputation of doing? It could be that. It could be that people are tired of that. People are tired of the snake oil. At least on the right, it's very obvious to me. It's like passive aggressive racism versus overt racism. And like, at least I know where the overt one stands, and I know exactly where he is. It's not somebody posing. And that's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of posers. Regardless of what the thing is, I'm tired of posers.
Yeah, for sure. There's no reason, like, dude, like, it's crazy. It is crazy, dude. But, fucking, and I guess, and that's what I was saying. It was like, okay, but like, just like not voting because you want like fire and ash, like, that's kind of like, that's so passive aggressive and like, weird to me. Like, I definitely get like a protest vote, and there is that, but like also just because like if you want, like, as an accelerationist, if you want to be an accelerationist, then please be our guest and like go do some fire and ash shit. Don't just like fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. Not voting isn't fire and ash, dog. All that is, to me, is lazy, and then justifying it to yourself. That's all it is.
Yeah. And I
was just not participate like that. At this point, like, then to me, you absolve then don't bitch. You don't care, so don't bitch. If you're not even gonna do the stupid part of playing the part in the thing that we're stuck in, if you don't even want to try to do that part of it, then don't bitch when it's real bad. Don't bitch when it's real bad.
And I think that's what I mean.
I think you should do both. I think you should do the radical shit, not on paper. And then you should do the participation bullshit on paper.
Yeah, your civic duty, if it is. But I also do believe in a protest vote as well. I do. I hope.
Mouse ones and shit. Is that what you're talking about?
Like if you're just like, if like in your heart it was like, listen, I'm gonna go do my civic duty, but like that is to vote for the Green Party or whatever it is. And dude, I support the fuck out of that.
1000%.
Yeah, dude. I or like, but just like wanting everything to like fucking fall apart, and so you're just not doing anything. Like, dude, if you want everything to fall apart, go out and do your fucking due diligence, dog, and fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like that makes it rad for the rest of us to watch you fucking go out there and fucking, you know what I mean? That's a good time for us, dude. And if that's just what you want, because as an accelerationist, let me tell y'all something. If you are an acceleration, this shit ain't accelerating left, okay? It's not. And hey, if you're like a leftist and you feel like the acceleration thing, it is obvious that this shit is going all the way, as far right as possible. And that's really why you have to build those electorally, yes, that's part of it, but more so communally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's also, again, I'm a social anarchist. I do believe in like non-hierarchical, communal fucking. This is all. So like maybe I'm not right. I don't know. This is just.
I think that's it goes back to, it doesn't matter if it's right. The difference is action has always been more effective. So to go back to what you were saying in the beginning, it doesn't matter if we're right or not. It's just like doing does more than not doing.
Yes. Yeah. And get mad every time you see somebody say something or having to talk to them or let it ruin your fucking day. And then you're taking that shit out into the world or like to your family. Like, it happens all the time, man. Dude, it happens all the time. And it's like, man, you don't gotta do that shit, man. You just be But
To
then
me, it's just also it's a cop out. It's a cop out because you feel like you did all this emotional labor. Now you don't have to do any actual labor.
yeah, you're tired because you've worn yourself out on like tweets and like fucking Blue Sky, or
Yeah.
fucking worn yourself out.
I think maybe 3 times in my life I have did the whole thing all day back and forth, and at the end of the day, there was nothing left. I had nothing in me,
Left in your brain,
and I was like, well, and then guess what? Nothing changed. I just felt like shit and was not present in my life that day because I was worried about something that doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
Yes. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And I think that's also the point. We've all been there. We've all done the woke scolding. We've all done the online stuff. We've done all that shit. We've done all of it. It's 2026, man.
Yeah.
Trying to get your head into a different place and like start thinking in a different way and like creating for yourself different spaces and different habits that you can like, instead of like, and like, and also we're saying this and like, but like if there are issues, I'll say this, like for sure, there's issues like flock cameras and data centers, which like, and it's not like it's more of an important issue than any other issue.
I mean, it's hard to not prioritize it because it affects our literal resources. It affects us every goddamn day. It affects the water you fucking drink. It affects all of us. And and at a certain point, it's like, and it's like, that's what I'm saying. Radicalists are the ones like planting bamboo. You know what I'm saying? Like, not arguing that they're bad. Like, we know that. Like, we don't have to we're past that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're way past that. That's modern living and fucking tragic fucking people is what we are doing. But like it's great. It's but you don't have to be that, and you can be around, you don't even have to give yourself a title or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to do that, but it's like that. But that is like why I think about the psychedelia part of it, not as an aesthetic, or not as a what would you call it? Like not has nothing to do with drugs or anything. It's just like a mind shift. You know what I'm saying? Like a total, like you see, like
I think it's just because psychedelia is always so it's always put together with being open-minded. I think those two things get put in the same. Drugs always get associated with you having you're opening your mind. So I think that those two things were put together for me for a very long time. Because I didn't think you could get to one without the other. I thought that was the way that you did it, and I think it speeds it up, but I don't think you need it.
Well, yeah, right, exactly. It's a great tool. You can use it as a tool, but like like anything else, like anything else is, things are gonna change. Another principle is like you can always get more anointed. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever information is another principle of radical psychedelia is that you can always be more anointed. And I think that kind of goes back into like the whole fucking, there's no glory in being right thing. Because like whatever information that you have now, like if we haven't all learned like in a year, the information and like the veil is lifting, you know what I'm saying? So like the shit we're all gonna be like, take Epstein for example. Like even if you knew how anointed you were on Epstein, like how anointed you are now about the situation, you know what I'm saying? It's like day and night. It's like, oh, I thought I knew. You know what I mean? Like I thought I knew what was going on. The way that our just the way our government works, just the way that the empire works and all, the military industrial, all of these things, dude. Like you think that you think you have a grasp on it, and like, dude, you can always be more anointed. So like just anticipate that. Just anticipate that like whenever you're learning, like right now, it's going to become more nuanced. You're going to have to hold like contradictory ideas in your head to like be able to see it, which is trippy, right? But like Like to think that our like there was a like, and I really thought this. I was like, oh man, there's no way we're gonna participate in this genocide, right? Oh, silly me, they're gonna totally, they're gonna go in there and stop this.
That's going to be too divisive of a thing. We were not going to get involved in that at all. Absolutely. That would be a political nightmare is what that would be. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What the fuck, dude? They're like, oh, stupid. Like, I didn't have any fucking idea. But, like, no fucking idea. They just be slamming old ladies on their head, you know what I'm saying? Because they said they support Palestine or whatever. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's the same thing with like the flock cameras and the data centers. Like, yeah, there's no way. Like, there's no way they just let a private company guess us. There's no way. Yes, there's no way. And then charge us for it? You know what I mean? No. Like on the tax part? No way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely fucking way, dude. There's absolutely a way.
Why would they ever have anyone other than you, the royal you, pay for their mistake? They have a long history of not fucking reaping what they sow. It's always us. I mean, that even goes back to like the global warming, all of the huge things. It's always our fault. It's always our fault.
Yeah, you need to recycle.
I still, here was the fucked up part, is I still do.
It just makes you feel
like
better.
An idiot.
Yeah. I know, but like it's
something tangible that I can do.
Yeah, right. We live like right down the street from a recycling store, dude, and it's like it's a joy. But like, yeah, for sure, it's like yeah, do that or whatever, maybe. I don't know, whatever I can do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But now I just try to buy stuff I can just reuse myself. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, then we find out how much of a racket it is, because again, it was snake oil. It was like, what a piece of shit I am. I had no idea that all this single-use stuff that you made me use.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But two things. One, remember the Exxon is the new flock, and they're just as bad, if not worse. It just the money goes to the IDF instead. And also, did you see the dude who robbed a bank for $1 so he could go to jail, so he could get health care?
I've heard that. I've heard of those before. I've heard of somebody else doing that, but like that, I would stop promoting that because number one, let me tell you, I don't know what kind of health care he thinks he's gonna get.
I think he can't afford any health care. So he went to a bank. Dude went to a bank, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna rob this place." He says that to the teller, and then she was like, and he goes, I'm gonna rob you of $1. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for you to call the cops on me so I could go to jail because I have a health issue that I can't afford to get tended to. So I think they're not a full operate. First of all, it depends on the prison. First of all. Yeah. Second of all, it depends on how much they give a fuck about taking care of people on the inside.
Yeah, because also you're gonna have to go to the county first, and then you're looking at maybe like fucking 3 to 4 years, like just sitting in the county jail waiting for a trial.
But healthcare there, buddy.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Then I'd
rather do a home remedy for cancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's called a bullet, dude. Just do it. You know what I mean?
It was a really old dude too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why you didn't just fucking tell what. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I know having no kids, I have the privilege,
the luxury.
Like the luxury of just being like, well, I'm old as fuck and I'm riddled with the with the PFAPs or whatever the fuck it is. You know, so like just going out in the woods and fucking spraying some trees. But
exactly. Go out to pasture. Put yourself out to pasture. Mm-hmm.
I've had that in my mind Like I accepted that a long time ago. Like,
Dude, completely, to be brutally honest, you know how I love brutally honest. We had a dog that took itself out to pasture. And ever since then, and I probably was like 8, 9. And it wasn't my dog, it was my grandparents' dog. They lived by some woods. The dog disappeared into the woods and never came back. And now this is a dog that loved being home, loved people, all that shit. This dog was never trying to run away. It was a spoiled piece of shit. It loved being among humans. Yeah. And it got sick, and then it went out and put itself out to pasture. And to me, I was like, oh, this is like the most noble thing I think you could do as an animal is, And I was like, why don't they let us do that? Yeah. Why don't they let us do that? You know? Yeah. And all the part around, I mean, we could get into it. I'm certain you talked about it with the death, when you guys talked about the death podcast, but I feel like there is a weird, unnecessary, drawn out custom around end of life stuff that doesn't make any sense to me.
Sure. Yes.
Well, I've always been a quality over quantity.
I think it's a thing. Yeah, right. Exactly. And I think it's a thing. Much like everything else in the fucking capitalist, overly fucking, it's like something like religion. I'm not saying religion is bad, but the way that they use this to like create this whole funeral system, everything's like not just religion, but like, you know, to get burial services and like all this money that goes into like all that stuff. And like, there's something very weird about how we approach.
I don't know. Maybe somebody, if you guys know this, please put it in the Discord if you know anything about how did we go from we burn them and throw them out in the middle of the ocean on fire with little coins on their eyes for the death guy. How do we go from that to having to do all of this ceremony, all of this, the kind of box means how much you loved your person, like all of this other weird, which seems real manipulative type shit around it.
Yeah.
There's always been ceremony around it, but I don't know.
Ceremony is one thing.
Yeah.
But we're talking about fucking however $12,000 for a casket, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? For a casket, dude, full of fucking bones and worms and shit, man. Get the fuck. Wait. How much money does it cost to get embalmed to have all your gut sucked out by a vacuum cleaner or whatever the fuck, dude? Dude, like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? Burn my ass, throw me in a goddamn wherever. I don't give a fuck. The fuck I care, dude. The fuck I even give a fuck where the fuck, dude? It is for other people, right? Yes. But I'm gonna just like, you not spend that on me, because I ain't spending that on me. So how about you just take that money and go on a nice cruise, or not a cruise, wherever you want to go. Take a nice trip somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you save that money, go to Las Vegas, fucking tear up some buffets. You know what I'm saying? Fucking.
It was always weird to me because it was like the legacy, and maybe that's what it is remembering, being forced to remember somebody would be like through the stories and stuff like that, through the stories of this person. Well, not a tablet of stone that's like, you know, I don't know.
Right. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, it's fucked up too, man. Because like when we buried Nessie in the backyard, dude, I kept on wanting to just go back up there and dig her up. Dude, I was like, maybe she's okay. And then I'd be like, I'd be like, oh man, maybe I could hear her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we had just burned her, but Dre wants to keep her skull and shit. But like, so pretty soon we'll have Nessie's skull, by the way. Like, that's gonna be crazy. But
that's goth as fuck. You guys are fucking.
Okra growing out of her. Like, we got okra. We planted okra in her bed. So like, we've been like eating. We're fucking sick fucks. We're fucking psychos. But the helicopter,
she's providing the nutrients for the okra to flourish. So you're eating Nessie.
Yeah, for sure. dude, I carried a vial of blood around from my dog Duke. I carried a vial of his blood around for a long time. That started getting all coagulated, weird. But there's a death positive. There's like lots of stuff you can look into it up, and they do talk about that kind of stuff, like how it was like, and basically different rituals, different how to approach death, and like how to see death, and like how it's become so convoluted in our society and stuff, and like how it is a tool for like it is a tool for like kind of like scaring people and like using it against people, a form of control to some. But
that's sick. You guys are gonna have a Nessie skull. Are you gonna make something out of it, or are you just gonna keep it like a Hamlet skull, like a?
Yeah, dude, that's a weird thing again. Like I was saying, like I think it is gonna be like a Hamlet skull, like where you just look at it and you like contemplate your own mortality. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see it, like, because we still miss her all the time. It's like so weird when you have like an animal, and I'm sure with a person too, and you have these routines where you like do stuff, and like you just even months after, like you expect to feel that, or you still feel that, you kind of still feel it, and it's kind of like a fuck, it's like this thing.
A familiarity and a comfort of a routine, of a thing that's there, and then for you to not realize it's missing until it is missing, and then you're like, oh shit, yeah. And I had to eat these micro losses, micro grief over and over again, being reminded of it. Yeah, I totally get that.
Which it flips from like grief to like happiness and good memories and stuff.
I think that's the only thing. I've never really liked time, other than what it does with grief is makes it more bearable over time. And I think I don't know that it ever gets better. I think you just get more comfortable with the absence over, and the only way that happens is over time. That's why anybody that's like, oh, I'm back, I'm good, I've never believed them, because that's just them lying to themselves. Yeah,
for sure. Then like 6 months later, they're like totally fucking spun out on hard drugs or like whatever.
Yeah,
100%. Always.
It's the time. Like, time's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, you have that time to like. Also, you do need it to process and to like, because it's shocking, especially when you first have like those micro griefs. It's shocking. It's fucking deep. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Because you didn't actively think about this. You can't actively prepare yourself for every fucking moment of every day. You just can't. And I think, to go back to the grief, I was talking about, I feel like your entire way of life was changed. I think human beings over the last 5 years have been like realizing all of the things that they have lost and realizing it. And so there is a weird like grieving that is happening for what you thought the world was. And nobody's fucking talking about it. Nobody's talking about that.
For sure.
Everybody's acting like it didn't happen.
Children. Every day you saw dead children.
Every day.
Every fucking in horrible situations. You are fucking traumatized. Take a minute. Realize what's going on. Like, understand that you are a wounded animal right now. You know what I'm saying? Collect that up.
Because being aware, that's what makes you less susceptible to being fucking manipulated or copped to, that's how they get you in the cult. The only way you get recruited for a cult is if you are in a vulnerable state. That's how the, what's it called?
Or isolated, even worse. Like, you're just isolated into this world where like the only thing that's real to you is like, your fucking screen, or like what the fuck ever is going on in your like whatever. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like, and I'm not talking shit, but like the Midas touch people, like they make like millions of fucking dollars, right? And they do it off of like these crazy things. Like you see every week, it's like GOP finally turns on Trump and like his days are numbered, and like, oh, get the fuck out of here, dude. That's not even, like, this is crazy. Like, and it's not that I don't think that maybe they believe that that's going on, or like, I'm not saying that anybody sees, but I'm saying you are definitely making money off a traumatized population. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're 100%.
And further traumatizing them.
And you are further, that's exactly
You're getting paid to abuse us.
Right, dude.
You're getting paid to abuse us, and it's insane. And that's what, like, how I've always dealt with abusers is like, oh, fuck you, out.
Yeah.
I don't listen. Yeah. You have no access to me.
No. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they're doing anything malicious either. I don't believe that. I think it's like a little bit of both. That traumatized, and they're probably traumatized, and they're have a traumatized population to speak to, and it's like you're just feeding off each other this crazy shit, dude. Just like wild shit. It's
like your therapist just lost someone in their life, and they're bringing that shit into the session. Like we're just like, okay,
yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll deal with that too. Yeah. I guess I'll pay you for you to help me, for me to help you out, I guess.
Yeah. For us all to be shitty. Let's just all just sit here and be shitty and not do anything except for be depressed in the corner. And then you get caught in that. And then you also get into this like weird expectation that something good is going to happen, or something like they're finally going to take him down, or like all this other shit. And it's just like, that's not fucking real. That's hopium for sure, dude.
That was hopium. That's such a really great term. Is that like a common term? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, opium and copium. Yeah, for sure, dude. Opium, that's for real. But put it in your vein, dude. Oh, fuck, just give me just a little bit of that. Like, oh, yeah, they're going to get him. They're going to turn on just tomorrow. They'll all see the, or whatever the fuck. They'll get him. And, like, it's not fucking not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen, man.
Yeah. So keep the community alive. Are you guys in the Discord? Make sure you guys join the Discord, and also talk to, if you know anything about the death thing or the funeral scam or any of that. That's a rabbit hole I wouldn't mind going down. If you know anything about it, please put it in there. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod. You get all the duck updates. The cutest. They're so cute. You know what kind of reminds me of? Do you remember? Did you ever watch Meerkat Manners? It was a nature show about meerkats, and they basically projected soap opera shit on top of it, and it worked so well. Nice. I was like invested in this meerkat's litter, and then they had a sister that was kicked to the outskirts because she had a baby with some rogue male that came through, and it was I was like, dude, it's old, but it's still, if you could find it, worth a watch. That shit was animal drama. Now that's a reality show I could get behind, because that shit is real.
Yeah, that shit is real, dude. Dude, our club didn't even go up at night anymore, dude. They're totally fucking wild. They're totally, like, I try to do what I can to wrangle them and keep them as safe as possible, just because I got that in me, you know what I'm saying? But, like, other than that, they're totally wild. There's all these other new wild ducks. I haven't been able to in the morning, like, take any videos. There are videos up on Patreon. But, like, I got to show y'all, man, like how many ducks and birds. There's chickens, ducks. It's like, it's fucking crazy out here. Fucking the cat's just kind of walking around, just like
fucking DJ
out.
Doolittle, dog.
Wild. It's been wild.
Well, we gotta go, but thank you guys so much for listening. Drew is in the middle of moving into his new hacienda, so that is why he's not with us today, but I imagine he will be with us next week. But I'm super stoked to hear about the new place, and I know you guys heard too. Proud of him too. Yeah, this is a big day.
Yeah, it's a big day.
It's been like years in the making. It's finally happening. But we love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,